Hello everyone and welcome once again to the channel, and in this video I am going to be talking about one of the biggest doubts that students have before starting to learn data structures and algorithms, and that is which is the best language to learn data structures and algorithms with. Now almost every student in college or in computer engineering or any working professional looking to shift to a career in software development may have this doubt, so I thought a video on this topic is required. So let's get started. So, before we start with the video, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe and comment. It really helps it, and so you can like the video. Make sure you like the video. You can share the video with your friends who you might think have the common doubts. You can comment your suggestions and your doubts in the comment section below, and I would make sure I answer each one of them. And once again, please make sure you subscribe to the channel. It really motivates me to create more content like this. So let's get started. Before giving you a definitive answer, I would like to tell you that there's actually no definitive answer to which language you should learn, and it completely depends upon you and your paths, your aspirations, your goals. So what I would recommend though is that it is preferable to learn a language that aligns with your goals and your path. So what do I mean with your goal and your path? For example, if you want to get into development and open source, then a language that is more preferable and more recommended and more popular in that industry would be something like Java or Python. But if you want to get into hardcore competitive programming, complex data structures, complex algorithms, you want to go a step further than what is even required in coding interviews, then you should go with C++ and into the competitive programming arena. So let's go forward and discuss some of the paths that you could have. So one thing I would like to make clear that any path and any goal that you will have plenty of opportunities in each of them. You will and the two major paths students and usually end up taking is one is either development and open source, or the other one is competitive programming. Now both of these fields are absolutely amazing. They have incredible opportunities, and you can make it really big in any one of the fields. So do not have any confusion as to one being tougher than the other, or one having more opportunities as the other. Both have their merits, both have their drawbacks, but the end goal is that if you have a flair for learning, then you can make it big via any path. So now these are the two major paths that you will usually face. One is development and open source, and one is competitive programming, as I mentioned earlier. So before we go deeper into these, I would like to make it clear that both paths require great problem solving skills, and there is no escaping DSA. Now I would like to I would like to make it clear that a lot of students have a fear of DSA, and it can be really difficult and daunting in the beginning. It's really scary. I have been through the same issues, but but at the end of the day, you really just need to buckle down. You need to start coding, start learning, because to be a great software engineer, you need to have a good grasp on these on data on your DSA skills. So it's really important that whichever path you choose, you have great problem solving skills. So there is no escaping DSA. So at least we must make our minds clear that whatever path we choose, we are going to get really good at data structures and algorithms. So now looking deeper at these paths. So now both of these paths are absolutely amazing. Now competitive is now for example, development and open source. If you want to start development and open source and making projects is what interests you, contributing to open source projects is what interests you, then you should go with languages such as Java or Python. Just because so why you should go with Java and Python in case of development, and if your future goals are to get deeper into development and open source, is because Java and Python both have absolutely amazing web frameworks for development, such as Spring, Django, Flask, Hibernate, and they are really advantageous to learn. And Java really helps you with app development too, because Android makes use of Java, but you can also check out Kotlin for app development. That's another topic. And when you use Python, you can really get deep into web development too, and you can also get deep into fields such as AI, machine learning, deep learning. So if you hope to get deep into development and make open source contributions, then you should definitely go with Java or Python. And if you and so the coming to the second part, competitive programming. Now competitive programming is also amazing. Now competitive programming, you should definitely pick C++ for competitive programming. Not that you cannot use Java, but you should definitely make use of C++ for competitive programming. It's because C++ has a much greater speed of execution. And if you check out the top competitive programmers on any of these huge competitive coding platforms such as Codeforces or CodeChef, then the top competitive programmers are in the world are making use of C++. And that's just not a coincidence. That's a mere fact that C++ outperforms both Java and Python when it comes to data structures and algorithms. C++ also has the standard template library, which is an additional advantage. And so even Java has the collections framework, but C++ is definitely the superior language when it comes to using data structures and algorithms if you are into competitive programming. And if since speed of execution is also really important, so C++ beats Java and Python when it comes to competitive programming. Not that you cannot use Java for competitive programming. A lot of top competitive programmers also make use of Java, but at the end C++ is the best. So yeah, so moving on. Now yeah, so we already made it clear that both paths require DSA, so do not try to run from it, embrace it. Yeah, so advantages of DSA with Java. So now DSA is great. So Java is great for DSA and also for development, as we discussed, with frameworks like Spring and Hibernate. And web frameworks, it also has web frameworks such as Spring and Hibernate. And it's also great for app development. So all the major old apps are running using Java, and Kotlin is slowly catching on. So do have a look at that if you're into app development. Now advantages of DSA with C++. Now C++ is great for competitive programming due to its speed of execution, as I discussed earlier, and it has some incredible opportunities once you achieve a really good rank or rating on platforms such as CodeChef and Codeforces. So now if you're into competitive programming, practice daily, get into participate in these contests, participate in Google Code Jam, Google Kickstart, Facebook Hacker Cup. These getting a really good rank in these competitive programming contests can lead to direct interview calls from these companies. So another set of incredible opportunities available in competitive programming. So do have a look at that. And so advantages of DSA with Python. So now Python has a very easy to use syntax, very easy to understand. It's a very highly readable language. It has very simple syntax. It's also great for problem solving. It reduces your lines of code significantly, and it's a great language for development with very popular frameworks like Django and Flask. And it's also great for getting into AI and machine learning and projects. Now we discussed the opportunities into competitive programming by winning these contests and things, but now if you are into development and open source, you will have an amazing amount of opportunities by participating in online communities. You can showcase your really complex projects that you've built. You can and these projects, and so in early stage startups they really concentrate on your projects more. So if you are looking to work with one of the big name startups, one of the highly funded startups, so then you can definitely go with Java or Python. Increase your development profile, improve your LinkedIn profile, improve your GitHub profile as well, and you can land a job at one of these big startup companies. So at the end of the day, I would like to just give a side note, is that at the end of the day, in your DSA interviews, the language really doesn't matter. It's all about your problem solving skills. Your language is just a tool via which you communicate and solve the problem. But at the end of the day, the interviewer isn't really going to care a lot about your obviously there is going to be a certain amount of marks for your points for your syntax and how well you know the language, but it's at the end it boils down to your problem solving skills, how well you can understand the problem, how good you are at problem solving and logic building. So do not concentrate a lot on which language you should choose. Do not waste a lot of your time. Just pick a language, see what goals you have, look at what you are interested in. Are you interested in development? Are you interested in competitive programming? find what your career goals are, find which career path aligns to you the best, and then pick a language which aligns with all of your goals, such that the language you learn just doesn't help you with DSA, but it can help you with a lot of other things as well. So that's it for the video, and thank you so much for watching till the end. Please like, share and subscribe to the channel. It really motivates me to create more content like this. And thank you so much for watching, and yeah, thank you.